Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. It is 8:15 in the morning. It's the only real time I get to record videos these days. And also I was out last night at a Christmas party, so I'm feeling a little woo. But we're going to see how we get on today because I want to look at all the platinums I earned this year, which was 30, which is kind of cool. An unexpected goal that I didn't mean to hit, but then once I did hit it, I was like, you know what? That sounds kind of cool. 30 platinums for 30 years of PlayStation. So I will be doing a review video of the entire year, stats-wise, separately. But because we have 30 platinums to go through, I want to give them each their time in this video. So first, I guess the running of order is make sure you sit down, grab yourself, I don't know, a beverage of choice, maybe a trophy to grind, because it's going to be a long talky one, so hopefully a chat and trophy chill kind of video as we go through each platinum, and then I shall rank them at the end. But I'm going to rank them on favourites, I think, rather than like, oh, challenging or whatever, because you know what, I just want to be chill. So let's start. I gotta get up my PSN profiles here, which I have on another tab, and we're going to go all the way back to January 2024. Now, do bear in mind, everybody, I was trying to do my Platinum Grand Slam this year, which was to platinum a game from every console generation to also celebrate 30 years of PlayStation, but also set myself a goal to reach 10,000 trophies this year, which I needed just shy of 1,000 trophies in the year. So some of the games that I have played were informed by both of those challenges because I needed ones, you know, for each generation, but I also needed ones to like get the numbers up so I could hit that goal, which, spoilers, I did manage to make both of the goals happen. So let's start with, sorry, my voice is kind of gravelly, I think from drinking and karaoke last night. Woof, what a wild life I live. Okay, first up, to start the year on the 8th of January, I earned the Platinum Trophy for Fogs. What is Fogs, I hear you ask? I said the same thing back in January, but it was a game that me and the mysterious co-op partner played. You're two-headed dogs. It's, I guess it's a platformer game. It's pretty simple. The Platinum wasn't difficult. I think I just missed a collectible and had to redo the last chapter, but would I recommend this? I'd say if you want to just play something fun, you've got a co-op partner, it's fine. If you just want a platinum trophy, it's fine. But if you want something a bit more, substantial, meaty, then probably not for you. But, it was a nice little one to get the year going and netted me a nice little amount of trophies to get going.
Unnecessarily annoying than it has to be. Right, this is it, everyone. This is the final hat for the plat. Well dressed.
Next up was the first of my Platinum Grand Slams. I went for Jak and Daxter, still keeping in the platinum platforming. They all sound the same. It's early. The platforming mode. This was the first ever Jak and Daxter. I never played any of them before, and this was pretty good. So I got this on the 25th of January. Was this difficult? I don't think so. I think it was pretty much I'm having to recall the memories. I think it was just a one playthrough and done, and getting the collectibles. You can watch the Platinum Grand Slam video if you want to see the full explanation or journey to this platinum. But that was nice to tick one off the list, not just for the PS2, but a game that I had never played before and kind of always wanted to get round to, seeing as I do love Naughty Dog games, but this was kind of like a grey area. I'd never played a Jak and Daxter. So 2 for January, and after this I kind of wanted to keep that train going, at least trying to get 2 platinums every month to keep up my pace.
Sizable contribution. I just hope this power cell adequately represents my...
Thank you, yes. Maximum platinum power, whatever, just pop the trophy.
In February, I got the platinum for Resident Evil 6. So I did the bulk of this game last year, but I had to do a little bit more this year. It was mainly the grind this year, doing the multiplayer stuff. Did I do professional this year? Professional, thankfully, there was a bit of a cheat where you can just play the last chapter of the last level of every chapter on professional to get through that. And then there was like a skill grindy thing where you had to play this one tiny section of a level over and over again to get enough skill points. So this year was just the grind. Happy to have that one on the list. 11% rare, well, almost 12% here. And I can see why, because it's not difficult. It's just a massive grind. I can't remember how long it took me. I've got stats somewhere on the screen here. Will be additional stats to these where you'll see how long it took me to do it. But it was a big chunk of time. Recommend. I mean, it's probably the worst Resident Evil game you can play, and not the funnest, and probably one of the worst platinum trophies. I normally love the Resident Evil platinums because they're such a good varied list. This one, not great at all. It's, ones for each chapter, and then professional, and then just a bunch of multiplayer ones. Actually, we have the 100% in that. which is kind of cool. So I got that on the 29th of February. And then on the 29th of February, I also got another platinum trophy. Oh yeah, I was hoarding these because this was the Elite Year challenge that I was doing, where I wanted to get 2 platinums in 1 minute. Yeah, it was 2 platinums in 1 minute for the Elite Year. That's all that was, this one. There was another challenge I did later on in the year.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pop your plat! Upgrade, yes! Come on, come on, come on. Okay, man.
So the other platinum I also got was Hogwarts Legacy. Started this game last year and didn't really vibe with it. I'm not sure what made me want to pick it up and play it again this year, but sometimes that happens to me. I pick up a game and I play it and it's not really for me at the time. So I put it down and then later on I'm like, you know what, maybe I should give this a go, and then I feel like I'm more into it. So I pumped a good amount of time into that this year. My favourite part about that game was the world, Hogwarts. The story was fine. The exploration was good to an extent, but it did get a bit boring. Again, it got grindy, where you had to do those Merlin trials over and over again. Nothing too difficult with the platinum here. It's pretty much straightforward. It's just a big chunk of time that will take you to do it. And that's 22% rare. There's no! That's bang out of order. How did I have... Boo! Bad trophy. And I failed that challenge, by the way, in case you were wondering. There's a video on that too. Just basically, this video will have links to other videos that you could watch if you were interested. So I did fail the platinum in 2 minutes by like 7 seconds because I did something dumb. Next up, I was looking for something to play that had a good amount of trophy output, but also was a game that I liked. And we have Persona 4 Dancing All Night. The Persona games have... Oh, I've clicked on the wrong thing here. I want to look at the list now. They have a good, decent amount of trophies. Yeah, 40 trophies here. I did play this originally on PS Vita and then discovered it had a separate list because they not remastered, but they just re-released them on PS5 or PS4 even. And I was like, you know what? I love the dancing games. Let's just play that. Net myself a nice little 40. Not much to say on this one. It's a dancing rhythm game. Pretty simple.
Commodities. I'm your host, Tanaka, with a live presentation of my amazing commodities. We'll show you, and there it is, folks. With that order, we are now completely sold out.
After that, in March, only 2 days later, I got Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons. I believe that's what this is called. I'm looking at the list of the platinums, so it doesn't actually have the names of the games, it just has the names of the platinums. Yes, Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons remake. I hadn't played this before. This was my first time playing it, but this was actually... This might be the first new game of the year I played. Only 2,031 people have achieved this, but the platinum is pretty high. Again, you'll see there's a common theme. A lot of these are pretty simple to help me reach my goal. This was just play the game and then get a few miscellaneous. Nothing to talk about here, but would highly recommend. It's a really cool game, cool story as well. Yeah. I don't think it took me that long at all, to be honest. I think I did it in like a matter of hours across the course of 2 days.
I guess I can. The portable one is like a condensed version, right? All right, here we go. What if it... Maybe I didn't do it. Because it just worked straight away that time. Well...
Oh, next up. That's probably why I did the short one, because next up, this is a big one. Metal Gear Solid. Only 2,148 people have this platinum and it's 12% rare. Damn. This I started as part of my Platinum Grand Slam for PS1 in January, and I've only just got the platinum here in March. This was a grind and I did not like this game. I just think it's not for me. I don't have the nostalgia for it because I didn't play it back in the day. So I found it extremely difficult. But I am really proud that I stuck it through and I got this platinum because there's not many trophies in this. I think it's, 19? Is that, yes, 19. Oh my God, I remembered that. 19 trophies. And the hardest part was, well, playing the game on, is it professional in this one? What do they call it in this? Oh, big bot. No, I can't remember. You have to obtain Fox or Big Box codename by Big Boss codename, but by playing it on the hardest difficulty. But you can actually do that by playing it on the Japanese version. Shout out to Optinoob. His videos helped me with this. I don't think I would have got this platinum. So I'm incredibly proud that I stuck this one out and actually did it. I was just determined. I was like, this is the one I've selected for my Grand Slam. I will do it. The VR challenges are the thing that just... I think I spent 10 hours doing these VR challenges. They were awful. It was so boring, so grinding, so long. That's probably what puts most people off, if not the Big Boss challenge, whatever it's called. Yeah. I mean, I'd say recommend, yeah, if you like Metal Gear Solid, but if it's something, I don't know, I think you should check it out, but the platinum is a bit, annoying. Again, I've got a Grand Slam video on this, so you can check that out if you want more information about that platinum. Thank God. Practice makes perfect. Solidified. We did it. Oh my God. I'm so pleased that's over. Oh God. Screw you, Snake. Screw you! Next up, a short one to tick off my PSP Platinum Grand Slam, which was Super Stardust Portable. Now, I definitely did this in a matter of hours. I think it took 2 sessions across 2 days. Again, this has a video to it if you want to look into more detail. 5 days, 2 hours and 44 minutes. I'm certain I played that for like 2 hours tops, and I didn't even play it correctly. Not really much to talk about here. A nice little net of trophies. It's an arcade kind of shooter thing. I'm in a death trap, Yes! I think I've done it. Oh, Super Stardust Hero. Woo! There we go. I should have done it that so you could see it. Woohoo! Oh, The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered. I'd forgotten I'd played that this year. So this is the second new game that I've played that came out this year. I was really interested in playing this game again. Like, ever since the dust had settled on my first playthrough, I wanted to do another one, but I don't know, at the time just never felt right. I didn't know when I'd get round to it. And then when I heard this remaster was coming out, I was like, right, this is the time to go back and replay this game. So whilst I could have also popped the trophies, I didn't really want to do that because I did want to play the game through. So this was the plan I did. I played the game through, just enjoying it, doing what I wanted to do. And then once I beat it, then I also popped the remaining trophies that I had from my PS4 save. And I feel that's a nice balanced way to do it. Like, that way I got to experience the game, get the thrill of earning a few trophies as and when. But, the game is cluttered with collectibles. It's far too long. There's definitely many sections that could have been cut out, and it's not my favourite of the Naughty Dog games to replay. So quite happy to just tick that one off once I was done. But nice to be able to revisit it and see if my thoughts had changed 4 years later. Had they kind of? Yes, no. I still didn't really enjoy the game as much, but maybe I enjoyed it a little bit more than I did the first time.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Where are we, Safecracker? Look, all these wonderful things I did. Yay.
April again. Oh, Helldivers 2. I loved this. This was a great platinum. I guess, I don't know if I really thought I was going to play Helldivers. I remember seeing it on States of Plays and stuff and being like, oh, okay. And then it came out and everyone was playing. Everyone was talking about it. And so I had a couple of friends and they were playing it. I was like, you know what? I'll give it a go. And I got so into it. I didn't realize how much I would enjoy this type of game until I started it. And then I just wanted to get the platinum. Like, we were all together trying to do it, getting the super samples at the end. Like, this was so much fun, this list. Like, there was so much random stuff as well that you could just get whilst you were playing the game. Like, I don't really delve in the multiplayer space as much these days, but this was a nice jump in. And also I kind of like when it's more PvE versus PvP kind of stuff as well, because you're all working together. Oh, the music. Dun, 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 dun. I had to do an exam this month, and when the time was 1 minute left, that music for the extraction started playing in my head, and I was like, oh my God, I've only got 1 minute left. Dun, dun, dun. You have 1 minute left, exam taker. And I was like, trying to finish this exam. So, trophy-wise, the platinum is 15% rare. Probably because people are just playing the game to enjoy it, because you do have to do very specific tasks for some of the trophies, like playing on extreme. Some of them do seem daunting, like the play on extreme or complete a mission under 6 minutes. But once you know what you're doing, you can kind of get a crew together and figure it out and just go through it. I'm so sad that they did not release any DLC trophies. DLC lists have come out. I have no reason to go back to it. I loved my time with it, but without DLC trophies, I've got to move on. I'm a trophy hunter at the end of the day. You can't play too much multiplayer if you've got to play other things. So that's one I really think fondly of.
I'm just doing all of them. Oh, I think I got it! Yeah, done. Oh, and I died.
And in May, the first platinum I got for, as again, as part of my Grand Slam video I've yet to make, is my VR one, which was for the Playroom VR. So now, I mean, we'll see later, so spoilers for later in the video, but I finally have all of the Astrobot platinums. Hell yeah. So, this game is a short little, it's more of a tech demo. There's not really much to it. I think, again, it was like a 5-hour platinum, but I did want to like check it out. Some of the games were better than other games. There was like this cat and mouse one, which was like fine. The monster one's pretty cool. You also have to like cheat it a bit because it's supposed to be like a party game. Like, this is classic Trophy Hunter. You have to pretend to be more than one person. So it's like, you've got the headset on, you're supposed to be playing with someone on the sofa who's also doing something, but what you're really doing is trying to be both players. But, you know, I'm happy to have it. I did want to complete the Astrobot set. Nothing too difficult. So let's move on to the next platinum, which is one that this might be my favorite of the year. Spoilers for later on in the video. I finally got the platinum in Cuphead. Remember what I say, everyone. No platinum is off the table. They're all just waiting to happen. So I got this game, when was the first? I'm looking at the list here. You can't see this yet. I started this in 2020 when the game came to PlayStation, and 4 years later I got the platinum. I would play it on and off because it's like one of those games that you've got to really like commit to, and sometimes I'd be a bit afraid of getting back into the commitment and getting back into the rhythm. I always knew, like, what was it last year? I started doing some of the I think you don't S rank the boss. I think you just have to play them on expert and get an A. I did some of them last year, then I got a bit fatigued, and then I came back this year, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to finish it this year. And it's always rough getting back into a game you haven't played for a long time, especially a skill-based game. But I'm really glad I persevered. I always knew I wanted to get this platinum, and I wasn't going to give up until I did. I just had to find the right time and the right frame of mind to be in. And then not only did I get the platinum, the DLC I got as well. And I loved that too. That was so good. There was, 2 DLC packs. This game, like games like this, like I really, like I said, I have to be in the mood to do a skill base, but I do like something that's really going to challenge you. So this might be one of my favorites. Pretty tough, 16% rare. How many actual achievers here? 20,000 people achieved this. That's pretty good. That's a pretty high number for a game that's, a difficult game. Like this is a game that potentially someone may not be able to do because it's all about, learning patterns and boss fights. But I always do believe if you practice enough, you probably could do it. Although I say that and I will never do Crash Team Racing because I don't think there's enough practice in the world that can help me with those time trials. So there is Cuphead. Milk him! I hope that was a good milking, because I swear to God, I don't think that was a good milking. Yes! 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 Sorry. Grand uproar. We've done it, everybody. I have the platinum in Cuphead. Next up, we have Cat Quest 2. Why do I have the platinum in Cat Quest 2 first? Well, let me tell you. I mean, I've got Cat Quest 2 and Quack Quest. That's the duck sequel that hasn't come out yet. Cat Quest 2, platinum. You are pawsome. Love the puns. Got that. I didn't get a platinum in all of June. Why was this? I know why, because I was preparing platinums for a later challenge in the year. That's what that was. Why did I do this? I cannot remember. Oh, I do remember. We'll get to the memories in a sec. Cat Quest 2, I like the game. Pretty long, but nothing too difficult. A bit grindy, actually, this Cat Quest game, apart from Cat Quest 3. You're just, going through the world, finishing up stuff, leveling up. I've got not much to say about Cat Quest, other than I really did like it. I would recommend, if you want to play a game and just have fun, get a platinum and have a bit of a laugh. This was a co-op game as well, so if you do have a friend, they can play as the dog.
I like the Labrathor. That's a good part. Okay. Labrathor, yeah. And you can play.
Then we jump forward into August 1st for Cat Quest 1. Now on August 1st, I was trying to do the 2 platinums in 1 minute challenge again, seeing as I failed earlier in the year. But this time I wanted to try and get 3 in 1 minute, but also pop 4 platinums on the same day. I don't know, bizarre things. So that's why I have Cat Quest 1 now, because I did play Cat Quest 1 in June, but I was saving one of the trophies because it was an easier one to pop within the 1 minute challenge. So Cat Quest 1's probably the weakest Cat Quest game. It's very basic. The grind to get to level 99 is pretty long. That you do have to go back through dungeons again and again and again. But I think you should complete the Cat trilogy. Does that make sense? The Cat trilogy of Cat Quest games. If you want a platinum, it's a fine game. 3, 2, 1, and the plat! Oh my God, I I didn't think about this happening. I didn't think there'd be animation. I didn't think there'd be No! Oh my god, no, I haven't done it all. What are you talking about? Oh no, I'm doing the wrong thing. No! Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Right, this is what I meant to do. I meant to buy all of them. Oh my god, what an idiot. Right, turn to Persona. Press this. So then also within that 1 minute, I did actually complete the 2 in 1 minute challenge this time. But again, I messed up with the 3. I finally got my platinum for Severed, which was my PS Vita platinum, which I'd been doing earlier in the year. I'd saved 1 trophy for the end. Severed, what have I got to say about Severed? A game that I've got a video on this, so you can, this one I have made, so you can look at that video if you're curious on how this went down. But a game that I always wanted to play on Vita, but never really got round to it. I heard a lot of people say good things. This might be the swan song for my Vita. Nothing difficult here. You just enjoy, play the game, and then no, you don't even need a second playthrough on this. I think it's just like, yeah, get all the collectibles and stuff. I liked it. The only difficult thing about this was that there isn't much information about it online. So if you do get a bit stuck, you might have to just like really like try and look through walkthroughs and stuff. There's not like, help, I don't know where to find this thing. You kind of do have to work it out yourself. But I really liked that. I do like Drinkbox's games. So glad that I could have squeezed that one in for my Vita Platinum. What's this? Okay. Yes, that's popping. It's popping in right now. Another dancing game to bring the numbers in. These dancing games do bring in the trophy numbers. Let me tell you, is there another 40 in this? 42 trophies. I was a bit skeptical, of playing Persona 3 Dancing in Moonlight when I haven't actually played Persona 3 yet, because so much about what the enjoyment of these games is the music. And it's like when I played Persona 4, I'm like, oh man, or Dancing 1, I know these songs, I know these characters, I really liked it. Although this one didn't really seem to have a story mode like the other ones, so I did actually skip the story bits because I didn't want to spoil the characters. Like I do really want to play Persona 3 Reload. But I want to play it properly, and I didn't want to, like, whilst I have a vague understanding of who these characters are now, I don't want to know their relationships and stuff because I want to experience that for myself. So I did skip through the story. But the dancing, sounds like there's some good songs to come in this game. So I am looking forward to it. Did this one purely to get my numbers up for the year, because 42, I'm not going to turn that down. Press touchpad to favourite. Oh, for fuck's sake. This is so annoying. I need to read what I have to do properly. Well, there it is. Oh, for good. Why? And then the other platinum I got on August the 1st for my 4 platinums in one day was Fallout Shelter. This was another one that I thought would be good to help me get my goal because, again, I mean, it didn't have loads of trophies, but it had a fair amount. But it was something that I could play in the background of playing other games. How many trophies? 35. Because this is a game based on like time management, or just, it runs at the same time as real time does. So it'd be like, I'd open the game up in the morning, sort bits out, turn the game off, play something else, go to work, etc. So it's like, I felt like the trophies were running in real time. I didn't have to actually play the game. Well, in the beginning you have to play the game a lot more, but once you get past a certain point, you are just like setting things up for each day, checking in with people to make sure that you're getting, whatever trophies that you need. So it's like, leveling people up or stuff like that. So it just becomes a bit simple. So I actually think that was a good idea to do that to help with my, my goal. Should you play the game? I don't know if you like that kind of stuff. I suppose. I mean, it was fine. I probably wouldn't have played it, to be quite honest, if I wasn't doing this challenge. But I thought it was a worthwhile use of my time, especially at this point in the year, coming up halfway. I think I was about halfway through my goal, so I was on track. Oh, God, I would have been screwed over by that. Right, here we go. A little off the top, platinum as well. Number 4, baby. Platinum trophy. August again. I was smashing it in August to make up for my lack of activity in June, I guess. I got Dredge. Oh, I loved playing Dredge. This was a game that I remember hearing people talking about last year a lot. I didn't really know what it was because, I don't know, I guess it's one of those things where you can't judge a book by its colour, but for some reason I remember looking at people posting like the screenshot of the main menu, people just talking about how it was a fishing game, and I felt kind of like, really? is this, I don't know, do I want to play a fishing game? I just didn't know for whatever reason. It just didn't seem to appeal to me. But I was looking for shorter games this year, so I was like, I will check it out. It's got good reviews, and I absolutely loved it. I didn't think I would as much. Like, the soundtrack was good, and it was really cool. Like, I've also that first hour of playing the game, I hated it, and I was very close to quitting. And then I earned a trophy, and I was like, damn it, now I'm locked in. But I am so glad that trophy popped, because once I was locked in, I then was like, okay, let's figure it out. And then I did fall in love with like finding all the fish and like exploring all that. I loved going on, like, you'd wake up in the morning like I do in real life. And I'm like, okay, what's going to be today? Is today going to be like a collect salvage day, or is it a collect fish day? Or am I going to go, do I feel like I'm up for it to go and explore somewhere new? And I loved building my ship and making it like, more powerful. Is it really powerful? I guess faster and having more storage space so you can go get more stuff. Like the gameplay loop was like, got me thinking about what I want to do next. Like I was playing like 2 days ahead and whatnot. So I love stuff like that. Also cleaned up the 100% for the DLC. I did a lot of DLC stuff this year as well because I wanted to get, it's all about keeping the numbers up. Like normally I'm not a big DLC person, but this time I was like, well, I'm playing Dredge. There's DLC. Let's just do it all rather than starting a brand new game. Because I also did the Outer Worlds DLC and the Cuphead DLC, like, stuff like that. So that was a platinum I was very happy with. Oh, next up, thank goodness you're here. God, only 1,865 people have the platinum. Well, 3,466. That's about, okay, half of the people who own the game have platinumed it. Not a difficult platinum. This game came out and people were talking about it, and I thought it'd just be fun to play it for a stream, a short game. Only took maybe like 4 hours. I did a full playthrough on a stream, and then it did require a second playthrough just to clean up any miscellaneous stuff that I had missed. And that was it, really. This is a fun little game if you're looking for something short, witty, and nothing too taxing platinum-wise. I would recommend don't use a guide. It's so short, there's no point looking at a guide and ruining your first playthrough. Like, part of the fun of it is exploring the world and seeing what it does and doesn't earn a trophy. But I got a trophy. Like, those are my favourite trophies. Like, ones where you get them, you're like, what'd I get that for? Oh, that's cool. So this is a recommend if you, want to have some great old British humour. Oh, the Britishness in me was like, for this.
I'm not going to stop until I've whacked everything here. Oh dear.
So that was 6 platinums in August. So kind of made up, I suppose, for missing out in June. And kind of does keep me on my 2 platinums per month kind of, time frame. So next up in September, we did, I say we because it was me and the mysterious co-op partner playing these Cat Quest games. We did Cat Quest 3. This game was so cool. It was such an improvement on the other two. The other two felt kind of similar, whereas Cat Quest 2 was an improvement on Cat Quest 1. This Cat Quest 3 is like night and day. It's like a pirate thing. The art style looks kind of different. Even the setup of how the game works, it's less like go here, do this. There's more like, stereotypical things you would get in like an RPG kind of thing. Like you're making your ship better. You're hunting down bounties. There's different types of like side quests that are happening. I thought this was great. So if you just want to try, this is the one I would recommend the most. I know a lot of people have a lot of love for Cat Quest 2. And I do think that one is the funnier one. I don't think this one is as funny. So it depends if you want some punny, games to play. But I think this one's the most complete rounded game if you're looking for something small and it's not like the other two. I don't want to say it feels budget, but the other two do feel kind of new. Whereas this one feels like they found like, okay, we have the mechanics. We can really make something out of this. So not difficult. This is the shortest of the Cat Quest games as well. Didn't take long at all, really. I can't remember the amount of time, but it'll be on the screen somewhere. I liked getting the bounties and going around exploring and being a pirate. That was good. So that was Cat Quest 3.
Nice. Yeah, that's it.
We're gaining time on this.
Oh god, next was Red Dead Redemption. Woof! This took long. Like, I love this game so much. I just think I got a little fatigued with the platinum, and I think the reason is because it's a big game. It took me like 58 hours, I think. I think I just remember that because I was looking at it recently. The problem is, with all these other games I played this year were short, but for PS3 I really wanted to play Red Dead Redemption because I wanted to replay it, and it was great to be able to get the platinum as well. But I crammed this in. I think I started it in August. I got the platinum in October. And I never played big games in such a short amount of time. And it was just frustrating. So I felt like I was on the clock. I was always like, oh, God, I have to play this, not more like I want to play it. So I don't really feel like I enjoyed. That's why there was a bit of a sigh when I saw it come up. Like I just don't feel like I enjoyed it as much as I should have. And that's why I'm looking forward to this year where I'm just going to like play some big RPGs, but not feel like, not that this is a big RPG, but it's still a big time commitment, especially for the platinum, but just play some big games and not feel like, oh, I've got to rush it or whatnot. Like, I was going through this, and then you have to play Undead Nightmare, and there's like some things like kind of RNG happening, like when things are spawning, and I'm just like, come on, I don't have time for this bullshit, we have to go, it's October already. So it's a shame that my experience was kind of ruined by that. I think I would have enjoyed it much more if I had taken my time with it rather than, but beautiful game, beautiful story. I don't know. Do I love this more than Red Dead 2? I love them both so much. One day I do want to play Red Dead 2 again. I don't know whether there'll be a remaster or not, because I don't know if I ever want to get the platinum again for Red Dead Redemption 2, that's for sure. But this platinum isn't too tough, really, because they take out some of the stuff that in the first one. So I do have the PS3 Red Dead Redemption Platinum, and that has a lot of multiplayer stuff, but this one doesn't have multiplayer, so you don't have to worry about that. So they've just put some of the other DLC trophies into the main list. So just some challenges and stuff. So it makes this one much easier and stuff. I feel like I just said stuff like a billion times just then, so I'm going to shut up and move on. Okay, nature or nurture? Hopefully 100%. If it's not, I don't know what. Redeemed. This is it. I hope. Yes, we did it. We worked it out. Thank God. Redemption. Legend of the West. My second Red Dead Redemption Platinum. All right, next up is The Exhausted Man. The what? I hear you say. Yes, I wanted to play this game. In fact, oh my God, I've forgotten. We should look at this in a sec as well. I wanted to play something because I, again, wanted to set myself another arbitrary challenge because life isn't hard enough. Lucy has to make her own, obstacles in life. I was like, do you know what? I want to plan my game and be the fastest person to earn the platinum. And I found this game, Exhausted Man, and it looked doable. It was kind of new. So we did it on a stream. You can watch the stream somewhere if you want, where you can see me trying to get. So I watched some videos. I made some notes. I did some practice runs. Am I still the fastest person? I haven't checked this to have the Exhausted Man platinum. Okay, so I'm still the fourth person that's ever got it. And I am still the fastest person with 3 hours and 42 minutes. I mean, only 3 other people attempted it after me, and they're not in the top 10 at least. So a record that hopefully I can keep for a while, but I can challenge you if you would like to best my record. Please don't. Well, you can. I would just be kind of sad about it. So this game is like a physics kind of game, and not really the type of thing I normally play, but for the lols, I thought I'd do it. I only thought 34 people had the platinum. I mean, 146 people own it. It was fine. It was an interesting take on modern living. You can't sleep. If you sleep, you lose out to others. But yeah, I find that kind of stuff really annoying. It's like, you're trying to pick something up and you're all jellified. And it's kind of just that over and over again for 3 hours and 42 minutes. So, yeah, that's enough platinum. I don't even know what number platinum we're on now. I'm sure the stats somewhere will tell us. Oh my God. Stop the clock. Stop the clock. 119. We did it with 119 to spare. Woo! Okay, next up in October. Oh, Dead Rising Remake. Why does it say DRDR? Oh, maybe it's Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster. That's what that stands for. I had never played the first ever Dead Rising. I only played Dead Rising 2. When this remaster came out, I was like, you know what? I think I want to check this out. It looks like a lot of good quality of life improvements. I do remember really enjoying my time with Dead Rising 2. It's just a totally different game from that era. It's arcadey, it's kind of silly, and it's just dumb fun. And it was just nice to do something after quite a lot of serious games. It's just nice to run around as Nemesis and whack people with katanas and stuff. And the Platinum trophy, It wasn't too difficult. They definitely improved it. There's a trophy called 72 Hour Survivor, which was notorious back in the original game, which was on Xbox. I don't know if it ever came to PlayStation, the first one. You can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I do not know. But yeah, you actually had to play the game for like 14 hours straight without turning your console off. And so in this one, they have put like a save state. You can't save the game, but you can suspend your run. So like if you do need to turn your PlayStation off or whatever, you can come back and it'll boot it up from that moment, but you can't make saves. So that make that. Oh, and you can fast pass time as well. So if you like, collect food and whatever. So I was just watching some YouTube and stuff while doing that and got through it quite quickly. And then you do have to do a couple of replays, but I think this is a game that replays are like really fun. Like the first time you play the game, that's the hardest time you're going to play it because your character is weak. You don't know where anything is, but the fun of it comes from like, right, I've done the first run. Let's do the second run. I know where this weapon is. We're going to, get these survivors or whatever. Like it appealed to my organizational brain, this game. So would recommend if you like sort of planning things, like it's because it's time management as well. You're like, right, I'll go here, like before you like run out and then you're dressed up dumb and you're doing all this stuff. Like I really, really, really hope that they do a remaster of Dead Rising 2 now. At first I was kind of like, meh, but after playing this I was like, these games are just fun. And sometimes it's just nice to just have some pure dumb fun. So I'm very happy with that. Not many people got it though. Only 4,481 people own it and only 1,316 people got the platinum. That's crazy. All right, next up is The Quarry. Oh my God, I started this game, in 2023? And then have had misfortune after misfortune playing it. This game is probably one of the grindiest of these story games I have played. Now, which ones I've done? I've done Heavy Rain, I've Beyond Two Souls, I did Detroit Become Human, and The Quarry. I think those are the only 4 I've done. I have played like Man of Medan and Little Hope. I did it at a friend's house, so I didn't have to commit to those. But all of them, you know what you're in for. You're going to have to see many different endings. You have to play many games. And none of them ever let you skip the cutscenes. But this by far is the worst with the amount of playthroughs you have to do. Like I think I have my trophy logbook here, ready and handy. Hot and ready for you. Where I had to write down what I was doing. I wrote this out when I first started playing the game, knowing, again, I knew I was going to get this platinum at some point. I just didn't know when. I was trying to like break it out. So I had all this here. So that was, okay, so I'd already played the game once. Then it was 1, and then a replay of a chapter. 2, and then a replay of a chapter. Then a replay of a chapter again. And then a third playthrough. So that's 4 playthroughs overall, and then a couple of replays of chapters from certain points of the game. But unfortunately for me, I started this at the beginning of October, and did I miss a collectible or something? Something went wrong. I was pissed off. I was like, no, Blobby, no! I can't believe I've done this! Screw this! And then, I came back 2 weeks later with a rational state of mind and was like, it's not that bad actually. Let's just start it's not too long, the game, especially when you kind of know what you're doing. Like when you keep all the characters alive, it's going to be long, especially when you cast those cutscenes. You piece of shit! Or what did she say? Not my Kaylee, not my little Kaylee. There are some dumb things. It is a great game. I'm not going to dispute that. I mean, it's not up to the heights of Until Dawn was the other one I've done. It's not up to the heights of Until Dawn. But it's still a fun game. The characters are cool. The story is, whatevs. There are some dumb things that happen, but the platinum trophy, man, it's because there's certain collectibles that you can't get all in one playthrough. So you have to do one playthrough to get one collectible type, one playthrough to get a different collectible type, this. And after a while, you do get a little sick of, playing it, and you have to have the guide open. It's kind of like, it's a commitment of time. I am glad I have it though. And I think that's the key. Just to split it up, break it up over time. Because if I did it all at the beginning of the year or whatever, I would have got so fatigued. So I just, broke it down. Like, there's an element of like, if you've played it like in short succession, you know what you're doing, but I don't know if that's worth that for sanity. At least when I played it again after a break, I was like, oh yeah, this bit, I forgot this bit happened. So there was some element. My favourite line is, "You're a fucker." I hate the way he says that.
Where have I seen this emblem before?
Yes! Oh my god, yes!
Next up, to complete my Astrobot, what do you call 5 things? Quadadry? No, that's a 4. Quidadry? I don't know, I'm making up words now. I'm happy that I got it. And this was my 500th, no, what am I saying? My 10,000th trophy. I made it, Astrobot. I loved this game. It was so good. The platinum, not bad at all. You may struggle with one final challenge at the end. I do like the fact that the game is like, it's fun, it's cute, it's easy, but then there are some challenging bits. And I think that's what makes the game good. Like, you can just, like so many platformers these days just are hard for hard's sake. But Astrobot isn't like that. It's like, you know, you jump into a level, have a good time. But there are a few like challenging things if you want to do them. If not, you know, fine. They're optional-ish unless you want to get the platinum. But I liked that sort of variety. It was like, okay, I'm going to do a hard thing. I can do a fun thing. The balance is good. The final one though, where it's like a super long challenge, that was slightly intense, but this is a great game. My game of the year. Every day I played it, it made me so happy. Like, I mean, we'll be making a Grand Slam video of this at some point, bear with me. But every time I booted it up, I just knew I was going to have a good, happy time, like listening to the music, collecting the bots, trying to work out who everybody was so nice. Yeah, so happy I got that, and happy to see that lots of people as well are getting this platinum trophy. Astrobot, you're the man. Game of the year, and rightfully so.
Is everybody ready to dance party? Hell yeah! 10k trophies! Let's go! Bot revolution. Oh, dance, just dance. Gonna be okay.
So that was October. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 platinums October. God damn. Oh, I only got 1 platinum in September. So now we've moved on to November, where I got my platinum Grand Slam for the PS4. Oh, by the way, was Astrobot my PS5 Grand Slam? Yeah, it was. And now we're on PS4 with Resident Evil 7 to continue my journey of playing one Resident Evil game every year. And this was probably the one I was least looking forward to, just because, I don't know, the vibe seemed off to me. This one felt too horror, from what I had perceived of it. Like, I remember people at the time when it was released, I'd never played a Resident Evil game. People were talking about it. It said some kind of chainsaw bit. You know, it was kind of cannibal family. I was like, I don't know. It doesn't seem like the Resident Evil that I knew now. Like, you know, where it's just like, oh, it's zombies, but it's also kind of fun and tropey. So I had some trepidations going into it. And my God, this was scary. It was gross. But in the end, not my favorite. Much better than Resident Evil 6. Like, Resident Evil 6 down here, I'd probably still put this one at the lower one because I feel like the beginning of the game is very strong with what's going on. But I do feel like the second half of the story and the game just kind of peters off. Like, there's not much variety on enemy types. The house stuff is fine. The boss fights are just trivial. I didn't quite understand what happened there. Like, they weren't tough at all. And then the platinum itself actually isn't that bad. So you play the game, there's a couple of miscellaneous ones, some collectibles, and then you do just have to do a playthrough on Professional, which again, I watched Optinoob's video. And when watching Optinoob's video, it's like, no, there's nothing to it. You run past a bunch of enemies. The boss fights, like I said, aren't even that tough. And I was just like, wow, I did it. So I'm quite pleased with this one. Like, how many playthroughs? Also, what I do like, again, like a common theme here, I do love a platinum that requires organisation. Oh, here's my logbook of my plans for this. So yeah, playthrough 1, enjoy. Playthrough 2, collect. Oh yeah, see, that's the thing. On my second playthrough, I wasn't even intending to get the play through the game without healing, but I just did because you didn't really need to heal. It wasn't that bad. And then, yeah, the antique coins though. Did I have to do another playthrough? Because I messed up the antique coins. I think I did. And then you have to get more antique coins in the professional playthrough and collect stuff as well. So I got all these things. I'm like, tick it across everything here. So yeah, I do like one where I've got to write stuff out. Did I have to write anything else out? Oh yeah, I should have. These are all my notes for the exhausted man. That looks terrible, these notes. That's. I miss my handwriting where I had good handwriting.
Who's your daddy now?
Next up on my list is Nobody Saves the World. Only 1,183 people have this. Well, I think the problem here is that this is a split list. There's a PS4 list, a PS5 list, a European list, and a North American list. So I think this is the North American list. I'm not sure which one I have. But this game I started last year. It's a co-op game. I enjoyed this. This is pretty fun, like going through. It's like, you know, that classic, who makes this one? This is a Drinkbox game again, actually, isn't it? Yeah, that classic kind of like funny, you know, style they have where they kind of wink, nod, not quite break the fourth wall, but kind of break the fourth wall. Sometimes have some kind of like meme jokes now and again. You're like this little wizard character and you can change to different types of characters, like a horse or a magician and stuff. And the game is like, you know, you're going through dungeons, exploring the world, doing little side quests and leveling up all your characters. And then you have to do it all again for New Game Plus. I had a great time playing this. It's longer than you would think. Like, there's quite a lot to it. But yeah, the exploration, the trying to like figure out like, oh, what's the best character for this? Who, like, there's a lot of characters to play as. And my favorites was the horse. I enjoyed actually Rogue was my favorite because I liked how you the like throwing knives. I would recommend this highly, not even just get the platinum, but to just get the just to try it. What I really like about this is this has a New Game Plus, and I think this is the first game on my list that I had to do a New Game Plus for. Yeah. So New Game Plus can be a little hit and miss. But what I liked about the New Game Plus on this is like it adds a different something to the game. Like it allows you to skip the cutscenes, you can, you know, bypass a lot of the side stories and stuff. But the dungeons change and you have to like figure out like there's more modifiers. So now you're like, oh god, okay, which character's got to be? It added just a different level of gameplay to it, which I thought was really cool. It didn't feel like just going through the motions again. So I enjoyed this a lot. I think my stats are down there, but they're bugged. I'm pretty sure it's more like I spent somewhere between 35 and 40 hours, but unfortunately I kept my PlayStation running overnight one time, which inflated, I guess if I went to sleep for like 9 hours, that's 9 hours of extra game that I didn't actually play. Horizon Call of the Mountain for my VR Platinum. It's a game on my list that I always wanted to play and get around to at some point, and then the Platinum Grand Slam was like, okay, I should do this. Only 1,846 people have this Platinum out of 21,000 people that own the game. I can see why, because the hardest part of this is most definitely the assault course at the end. I'd heard stories of the assault course, but I didn't quite know what I was letting myself in for. So VR wise, I'm not a big VR person. I get motion sick, but this game had really great accessibility options. So I could like, you know, change things to make it more comfortable, and I'd never struggled with it. And like every other VR game that I played, which is 3 up to this point, I had terrible motion sickness. I always felt sick after playing it, and it didn't go away. Like I remember one time I was playing it, not this, I think it was Astro, the Playroom. I felt nauseous the entire day afterwards, like even when I went to the park and stuff and got fresh air. I am so happy that I had no problems with this. I think it's because, you know, as I said, I could, you know, make the settings how I wanted them to be. I did also take Dramamine to also help, but I don't feel like I needed it towards the end. I kind of got into it. This might be my favourite Horizon game. Controversial. Because I think this lends itself, like the best thing about Horizon is the world. Like looking at the machines and seeing how things are overgrown and changed. You don't have to interact with the annoying people very often. And when you do, I just looked at other things. Like, so I didn't have to hear all that rubbish. I didn't have to, you know, Aloy shows up for like 10 seconds. I'm like, alright, get out of here. Your character, I don't even know what happens in the story, to be honest. I think I'm a prisoner or something, kind of Skyrim-esque. I don't know. I just liked being dropped into the world. I love shooting my bow and arrow. That felt super cool. Your arms did hurt. The climbing was like a lot. Like it was a real workout. Like you're climbing, you're shooting a bow and arrow. Like the fighting, the best fighting was when you fought the Glint Hawks. I didn't like fighting like anything like on the ground like Watchers, because you have to like around. So things are like a bit bullet spongy. But when you're like on like this kind of plane, when you're shooting things that are flying, that felt good because you're not trying to go around this weird circle. But yeah, the assault course, my god, like, you know, it's like going back to PE or something, but now I'm 33 and I haven't done PE for a good 15 or 17 years, so I'm out of shape. Like, that puts you through your paces. Like, in the clip, I am literally panting. Like, I did it for like an hour or so the night before, came back the next day and was like, Christ alive, this is grabbing stuff, you all over the place. But after I enjoyed it. Like, it was annoying, but it was fun to do something different. And yeah, I think this is one of the better VR games I've played out of the limited ones I had played. And also I did help test this one back in the COVID time. So I also really wanted to platinum it just to be like, oh man, to see like which bits that I played and how the final things came out. Because when I played some of the levels, they were all very blocky. So I was like, ah! And it was cool to see if any of my feedback had been implemented, which I think one of them had been, because I remember saying that something was like difficult to like understand what the game wanted, and they just made it a bit easier when I went back to it. I was like, because I remember being stuck somewhere and be like, I don't know what to do.
Come on. Yes! 53. Where am I? Oh, yeah!
Moving on from Horizon Call of the Mountain to Lego Horizon Adventures next in December. I got these 2 platinums within 2 days. This game, I had such high hopes for it. I was like, man, this is such a cool idea. Lego versus an IP of PlayStation. It's Horizon. Whatevs, fine. This game was so weird. I mean, I feel bad that I'm hating on it, but I don't think I was the target audience. I think it's the real truth. This is a baby's game. If you have a baby, play it with them. I'm sure they'd love it. You'll probably have a good time too. But if you're a grown-ass adult, you're probably going to be like, meh. Like the other Lego games are more complicated, more interesting. This is much less grinding. I did this in 5 hours. Like, so there is that, I suppose. Like Lego games, in the classic sense, can be like 30 to 40 because they want you to collect everything. This is just like run through level, kill a bunch of machines, watch a cutscene that you probably saw last time you did the same level, and rinse and repeat, and then you go somewhere else. And then you hear some like cringy dialogue. Also, this is not the story of Horizon so don't come here looking for a faithful retelling of your favourite game ever, because you won't be getting that here. I don't even think they mention what the name of the bad guy is. I'm pretty sure it's called Hades. I don't know. I could be totally off base with this. I could be wrong. But I was like racking my brains. Like, this character has a name, but they just call him Red Shadow. And I'm like, they don't even mention Gaia. Like, I don't even like the story of Horizon, and I remember all this bullshit. And then the game is just like, la 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 la. Oh, I'm Aloy. I like sandwiches that Rust makes me. We're all best friends. I'm like, what is happening here? This is bizarre, but an easy platinum. So, you know, each to their own. Recommend if you want a platinum. Don't recommend if you don't want to see Horizon retold in a Sesame Street fashion.
I'll need more room.
Oh, we got a blonde one.
Oh, it's
up.
okay, it's happening. Yay!
And then my final platinum of the year, and I'm going to cut myself off here. December the 7th, I got the Dead Island 2 platinum. And I also got the 100% in it now because I did the New Game Plus, all the DLCs, and yeah, those are the 3 DLC packs. This was another sort of like one that me and the Mysterious Co-op partner threw into the list to play. I wouldn't have played this normally. I'm not a big first-person person. I like my third-person shooters. This felt like a mixture of like Borderlands times Far Cry times GTA kind of. Like I did like the setting of LA and like going through these big mansions. Like it was cool, especially as I went to LA earlier this year. So I was like, oh my God, we're at Venice Beach, Santa Monica Pier. That was kind of cool. And also it's just like fun to just kill zombies, just whack them. Like the story isn't that deep, but you know, going around crafting stuff and just like, by stuff, I'm just like, you're just making weapons like, do you want fire or corrosive or whatnot? And then just smacking zombies to hell is kind of like a good time with somebody else. I don't think I would have got much out of it if I played it solo. I do think playing it with someone else and you could just like chat. It's like a nice mindless game as well, kind of like you obviously can pay attention to what's going on, but a lot of the time you're exploring these environments, which I think the environments are pretty good most of the time actually. And you're just shooting the shit with your buddy, aren't you? Just like chatting. I always found that annoying in Borderlands though, because in Borderlands I actually wanted to hear the story. But in this, it's like, fine. I liked my character. I played as Carla. I thought she was cool. I liked how she actually spoke Spanish to the Spanish housekeeper in Emma's mansion. I thought that was a nice touch because each character does have different dialogue in certain situations. Because I could hear my co-op partner, sometimes their dialogue was totally different to my character's dialogue because they played as Ryan. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like how, they had put some time and effort into making, each character feel a little bit different. So I'd recommend with a co-op partner this one. I think it's a good co-op game to play. And I did like the setting of LA and it's like that over the top kind of, that's what the reason it reminds me of GTA is it's kind of like over the top kind of world. These characters are like, stereotype caricatures of like, oh my God, the rich famous person or all these people are just a bit crazy as you would be. So yeah, that was good. And then the DLCs weren't too bad. I'm not going to go too in depth about the DLCs here, but, the New Game Plus was, oh my God, the New Game Plus was crazy. Like, we just sped run that in like 4 hours. That was kind of mental. It was like, let's go, we're skipping the cutscenes. So, shout out. big disrespect to all New Game Pluses out there that allow you to skip cutscenes. You are doing God's work. We just want to play the game again for the trophy, but give us the option to skip the cutscenes because we might be coming back to it just because we want to play the game and have fun, not because we want to relive the story. I'm sorry, but we did it one time.
Yep. He's gonna turn now. Yeah, he's gross. I know it. He's down. Oh, cool.
Reindeer. What? That's what happens when you.
And there we go. That is all 30 platinums that I've just rattled through for the year. My God, that was kind of crazy, especially to see the evolution. And I'd forgotten about some of those early ones. So let's get to my Miro board so that we can rank those plats. Here we are. I've made a Miro board. Certainly one way to start the morning. I feel a lot more awake now. Now, is this a weird angle? Maybe I should move over a bit here so I can be more in frame. So, here they are, all of the platinums below with the ranking. And as mentioned before, I'm going to rank by favourite. So I have my Love It. It's like we're at Cold Shack. What's that place? Do they have the Love It, Like It flavours? Is it cold? No, Stone Cold. Cold Stone. I think it's Cold Stone. It's a milkshake place in the... This is the universal sign for milkshake. It's a milkshake place in the US. So we got the Love It category, the Liked It, the Meh, the Didn't Like It, and the This Made Me Angry category. So let's go. Let's rank the plats. Let's rank the plats. Let's rank them. So we're going to go in order, I think, of year. So rewind your minds back to the beginning of the video. We talked about Fogs, those two-headed dogs. I'm going to put this in Meh. What's happening? I carefully curated this so that it would sit beautifully within my frame, and I've already mucked it up. Now I'm gonna have to send this to the back. Send backwards. Actually, I should send it to the back. Okay. Fox in the Meh category. I can't say I loved it. I can't say I didn't like it. And that's why the Meh category exists. Jak and Daxter. I'm gonna put that in liked. I think putting it Meh is doing it a disservice. I can't say I loved it, but I think that was good. You know, I had a good time playing it, and the platinum itself didn't wind me up. There was one collectible that I did miss, which was annoying. Collectibles are annoying as per usual, but nothing I couldn't correct. That's like, and anything, I'd say anything in these top ones, the Love, Like, and the Meh, probably get a recommend for me. I think the Meh category is more of a recommend if you just want to get a platinum. Like, it's not terrible, but, you know, you're not going to be, you know, I'm not going to be thinking about Fogs in 20 years' time, is what I'm trying to say here. Like, I'm not going to be sitting there being like, God, remember when I played Fogs, and I don't know why I turned into Arthur Morgan when I'm 54. But I might do, who knows. Next, Resident Evil 6. Is that a ban or is that a hate it? I think it's here. I'm gonna be controversial. I can't say it made me angry, but it did make me angry. Not on a platinum level, just on a story level. But it's also a bad list. It's too grindy. All the multiplayer stuff is bad. I wouldn't say this is one to waste your time on, to be quite honest. Like, I think I'm keeping it there. It's bad, and it kind of made me. It's a bad game, and it kind of made me angry. Like the doing the skill point thing. I'm telling you, I played this one bit where you went up an alleyway, picked up a bunch of boxes, and then reloaded at least for 4 hours, maybe 3 hours. Crazy. And then the multiplayer stuff. Like, I think all the multiplayer stuff and all that stuff together, probably about 15 hours maybe of time wasted. Just, oh, I'm going to run in the room and shoot you in the head. No, you run in the room and shoot me in the head. And we're going to do this over and over again. I mean, it's something to do in the winter, but not good. Hogwarts Legacy. I mean, I can't... Do I like this platinum? I'm going to start doing this now. This is my new thing. Do people do this in other rankings? Am I being a ranking maverick here? I don't completely love it or like it, but I don't completely meh it either. I think it's fine, but the grind, man, the grind is too much. I don't want to go through these bloody Merlin trials. Got you again, Merlin, or whatever. Found you, demigod. God, is that what it's called? I don't know. I've erased all this bullshit they've made up in this game because none of these things exist in the literature that I know. The books that I read, there's no demigods and Merlin trials. Merlin's beard. I'm putting it there. I think that's a fine place for it. Weirdly, I'm going to put Persona Dancing in the light category because I like Persona and I like dancing and I like singing the songs. So come at me. I had a great time singing. What are the ones from that one? I'm trying not to think of Persona. Like, oh yeah, happy, you tell me goodbye. Or Signs of Life. But that was a great day. I loved coming home and playing Persona. That was fun. I'll put that there. Brothers, I'll put this in the like as well. I think you should play this one. I enjoyed playing the game. It was cool. I'd never done it before. Looks so much better in the remake. That is getting a solid thumbs up from me. Oh, Metal Gear. You're gonna hate me. You're gonna hate me because I'm putting it in the angry list. I can't lie. The game made me angry. I mean, this... But, I don't know, I like the fact that I have it, but it made me angry. No, this makes no sense. We can't be doing this. We can't be making up our own ranking rules here. It goes in the angry list, everybody. I don't care. Tell me why I'm wrong. Because I know I'm wrong. But I can't hide my feelings, alright? This was my true feelings. And my true feelings were upset because I didn't like it. I didn't like doing the VR mission. I hated that music. I hated doing that. I hated how everyone was like, "Hey Snake, you need to do the Metal Gear. Oh, I did my Japanimation. Like, I get it. It's a theme. It's a vibe. It's a time. But I was like, oh my God, I can't. I'm not very good at this game. I couldn't read the map. Call me an idiot. Because I might be. But it's going in my angry list. Because I look back at it and I just remember the frustration. I did get a comment recently on my video, so I'm like, this girl cannot play Metal Gear Solid. And you're right, I cannot. I was terrible at it. Will I play more? I don't know. I am putting, not much to say on this one, but I'm putting Super Stardust Portal in the meh. It's fine. You can platinum it. Let's move on. Last of Us. I mean, I don't really like the fact that I have a remastered game, I suppose. I think I would like my original more. I think it goes in the meh. Like, I don't have a strong attachment to this platinum because I played it for the stream and then I auto-popped it at the end. So, I think that's a fine place for it to be in. I would maybe rank the original Last of Us Part 2 in the thumbs up. But would I? It's not a difficult platinum by any means because you can turn on the accessibility controls and stuff. So, but this is ranked by favourites. So it's going in the meh. Oh, Helldivers! I'm putting this in... This is going up here. This is our first love it. I'm loving it. I had so much fun. In fact, I was sad it was over because it meant I couldn't play Helldivers. Not that I couldn't, but I wouldn't be playing Helldivers anymore. And that made me very sad. I loved that. So good. So fun. I already talked lots about it. The Playroom, that's a meh. You don't need to play this. You don't. It's nice to see the little bot's origin stories, but it isn't our boy, the bot. It's just his other friends. So that goes in there. It's fine. Oh my God, yes, Cuphead is going straight up there. This isn't even just love it. This is proud of it. I don't know if there's like a heart with a, can I make some kind of emoji on this? I can. I'm giving this a little star because this might be my favourite platinum of the year. Let's get a little gold star for Cuphead. Woo! I'm so happy that I finally got my arse in gear and did it. It was tough, but I was very into it. I was very pleased that I actually had the skills. Sometimes I worry. I'm like, can I still do it? Do I still have it within me? And happy to report, I am. And the next game I'm going to play, not that it's the same, but I'm going to do Hades next. So I'm looking forward to getting, sometimes I just like to get in there and do something that's going to real test me. So I want more Cuphead, please. More Cuphead, please, in the future. Cat Quest 2 now. You know what? liked it. Cat Quest 1, not so much. I mean, I did. Oh, you know what, you little Cat Quest. I'm putting you over. I'm putting both the Cat Quests in like it. I think it's a play you should play and plan. I think meh is being a little tough. If I was going to do anything, I'd maybe just drop this one down a little bit. That's Cat Quest 1, by the way. Just because at the end, like I've mentioned, the grind was quite frustrating and it was boring and not very interesting. They fixed that in Cat Quest 2. It's not as grindy there, so I think that is reasonable. Oh, Severed! I did like you, Severed, but do I love you? No. You're in the like list. I'm happy with that platinum. That was a good fun one, and a recommend from me. Persona 3 Death. You know what? I also had a good time. I had a banging time playing this. Like, that was another come home and just play some Persona songs and dance. Good. I mean, I liked it less than Persona Dancing All Night just because I didn't know the songs as well. But I can't remember the songs now, but there were a few that I was like, ooh, I'm looking forward to hearing these in the real game. Fallout Shelter. I'm putting that here because I can't say I look back and go, oh man, that was not. I mean, it was a fine game. So I think meh is a fine place for it. If you want to get a platinum, I keep saying, that's the growth. Like, if you want to get a platinum, here it is. So far, nothing has gone in the dislike list other than Resident Evil 6. Oh, Dredge, I did like you a lot. It's like, I feel like I'm just looking at, like, children. Like, oh, like my old, like, not quite children. Maybe if I was a primary school teacher and I'm looking at my past students. Like, oh, they were such a good student. But do I love you? I'm going to put you in like for now. I don't know if you're a love, but I certainly liked you. Thank goodness you're here. And, I liked you. You're going in the like. God, there might have been room in the like. You might have to move some of these kids over. Too many good pupils this year. Let's move these over here like this so we can get everybody in. Might get a little crowded in here. Okay. Oh, Cat Quest 3, I liked you too. You're going in here. Join your other cat brethrens. That was a fun game. Red Dead Redemption. If it were my Red Dead Redemption 3, I'd put it in the love it, because I love that I have it. But this one I don't... Again, it's like Last of Us Part 2. This isn't the original. So, I do like it, but I'll always think of my real Red Dead Platinum, which is kind of making me want to do this. Because I do like it, and I would recommend it, absolutely. But my true heart lies with the PS3 one. My true heart... my Exhausted Man Platinum, where's that going? I'm putting it... just around it. I mean, it's a meh game. But I think I might put it here. It was meh, but it was also annoying. I mean, like I said, I don't like physics games that much. I wouldn't really recommend it. I mean, there was nice things happening, but I don't think of it fondly, I suppose. So I think that's fine. What do we got here? Oh, Dead Rising. Is this a love it? Do I love it? I don't know. I've got to really love it. And I feel like, love is a high statement, and I'm not someone who throws my love around all the time, okay? I'm very particular with my love. Only a few things I love, really. And if I love it, I really love it. So that's going in there. I did like it, would recommend. The Quarry, this is going in angry. Absolutely. Like, it's a fine game, but the platinum is absolutely atrocious. Please let us skip cutscenes. What are you doing? I get it, whatever. You want us to see all your characters and everything. And why is the collectible split into 2 playthroughs? Awful, awful, awful. Oh, the bot. The bot's going up here. Absolutely. Astrobot is in the love it category. I loved that platinum so much. So that's going up there. And then, Resident Evil 7. Well, whilst I didn't like the game, I did enjoy the platinum, but the platinum was a bit annoying at times too, because I, messed some things up. That was on me. The game is very short though, which I think lends in its favour. That's what I forgot to mention. It's a very short game, which makes the platinum also easier than other Resident. Now, I like it. I like it because it's unexpected. I thought I was going to have a harder time with it than I did. It's getting crowded in here. Because I also want to put Nobody Saves the World in the light, because like I said, I had a really good time playing that. Oh, damn. Where am I putting Call of the Mountain? I'm putting this in meh. Despite the fact I did like it, I also was kind of going through the motions. Like, I had a mission. The mission was to complete a VR2 game. I was playing this with the guide open. It did feel a little bit like, you know, having to do a job each day and making sure I did certain hours so that I didn't get sick. So it's you know what? It's a high meh. It's a high meh. I'm putting it up here. It's more meh than yeah, but it's still getting in there. Ugh, Lego Horizon. I can't say I hated it. It's just bad. It's just going there. I'm actually embarrassed that I have that now. It should be an embarrassment category. You embarrassed me, Lego Horizon. And then, you know what? I'm putting Dead Island in here. So there we go. I think that's look at that. Look at that little discombobulation of rankings of my favourite games that I platinumed this year. Big shout outs to Helldivers, Cuphead and Astrobot. I think, look at this. I think it all makes perfect sense in my head. So there we go. That wraps up 2024. Let's head back over here. Not bad. 1 hour and 5 minutes to get through all of that. And I feel much more awake now. You could see me slowly become more human as the video came over. I said, hello everyone, I'm so tired. Now I'm like, wow, I'm ready for the day. So yeah, that was 2024 wrapped up and presented back to you with the games I would recommend. Those I didn't, you know, fun times or not fun times I had throughout the year. I'm excited to see what 2025, my God, we're so in the future, has in store. Probably less platinums, I imagine. I don't know if I'm going to keep up this pace because I want to play. There's so many games that I want to play and get platinums in next year. But I had a lot of fun this year with all the challenges that I set up with myself. Did really help motivate me. I guess I love a challenge or whatever. So yeah, it's pretty good. And I shall mark this down as a very good year in the year of gaming. So let me know. What platinums did you get this year? Highlight some of your favourites, or any that you would like to recommend me to play next year. That would be pretty cool as well. So yeah, that is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I shall catch you all in the next one. See you later.